Alright guys, so today on Girl Talk, I have started themes, so I'm going to probably do a theme of the week. I know this video came pretty quickly after me mentioning that, so if you guys do have any questions you would like to address on the theme of this week, which is relationships, just comment below and I'll possibly do like not episode 2, but a second section of this next week so that you guys have some time to think about questions and send them in, or just comment them, whatever tickles your fancy. So today's theme, like I said, is relationships, and I had a friend approach me about a question that she thought would be appropriate for this little segment, and it's about parent versus partner. And do you listen to your parent when it comes to your relationship, or do you go with what your heart feels? And I know this can be a super challenging topic, and I personally have some relation to this topic in that my family knows my boyfriend's family doesn't really know me, and yeah, that's super personal, but you know, it takes steps, and it takes time, really does, and you can't, some people might say, oh, but you guys have been together for so long, you should have already met them, and other people say, oh, you have a lot more time to go before you should meet them. So it's kind of a toss-up. It's just, I don't know, it also depends on your age. I know sometimes in high school you're more easily to show your parents, like, oh, this is my boyfriend. They're kind of like, hi, so-and-so, and they're kind of like, hi, Mr. or Mrs. blank. So it just kind of, it's all over the map, but that's all right. So I do feel for my friend when she asked me this question, and her problem right now is that her mom doesn't like her boyfriend, hasn't known about him very long. They have been dating for a very long time, but both of them have kept it from their parents just because of, I guess, personal reasons and other things that I don't really want to get into. But in this situation, it's really difficult. It's kind of a one-to-one relationship. Like, it's not just like broad news, because it just depends on the relationship you have with your parents, the relationship you have with this boy or girl. If you guys have been together very briefly, and I'm talking like a couple weeks or like a month, and your parents don't really like them, just say, like, give them a chance. Just be honest. Be like, we're still kind of getting to know each other. I know I've gotten into relationships without really knowing the person and just kind of like hitting it off at once and being like, oh, this is perfect, and then later on, a few months later, kind of like, no. So anyways, that's not the point. We're not talking about me. So if it's a new relationship, give it time to bloom. If after a while your parents still don't think they like the person, and maybe that's giving you second thoughts, address your partner with it, because I'm sure your partner's going to know already that either of your parents has an issue. I know there have been times where there are boys that I've liked that my dad's like, no. But that's okay. Didn't necessarily stop me, but in the end, it may have proved in his interest. But I just have to say that I don't want to suggest lying to your parents, because that would just be rude. But I think that if you've been dating somebody for a really long time and you really love the person, and you don't ever see yourself breaking up with them, and your parents have a problem, I think you need to address it with your parent first. And then if there's something, like, if it's like a personality aspect they don't like about your partner, like, oh, they seem really snooty or they seem really impersonable when they're around us, tell your partner that. Be like, look, with me you're 100% awesome, but with my parents you're like a 20. And so just get them to, maybe they're uptight around your parents because they know they don't like them, so they're not going out of their way to be super friendly because they don't think it's going to work. But try that. Like, if your parents make a comment that they're not as friendly around them, make sure they go and say hi and be extra friendly when they see them. I know that would probably have worked out for people that I knew. As for maybe introducing them to your parents, that'll be like kind of the second question. There's no real right or wrong way. I guess the first couple times that you introduce your partner to your parents, or maybe if you don't want to introduce them as your boyfriend or girlfriend but kind of want to drop the hint, just be in a social position. Like, I know my current boyfriend met my dad kind of on the cuff, like being at a mall. My dad's picking me up, so he came out and said hi, or like if we were meeting up in the mall or whatever. So just simple things like that, where they don't have to stay and talk. They can just be like, hi, bye, nice to meet you, I'm gonna catch the bus, or I'm gonna go head to the store I need to go to now. So little things like that where your parents are kind of like, okay, so she's hanging out with him or he's hanging out with her. It's really, I find boys are more awkward towards parents than girls are, or maybe not, maybe it's just me, but I'm super friendly to anybody. I love parents, as bizarre as that sounds. I like to have a good relationship with my boyfriend's family, because that's just how I am. I'm a very family-oriented girl. So I think that, like, for me, you could drop me in the situation of me and the parents, and I think I would survive. Unless they're really, really scary, but I think that I would do well. But yeah, so start off small like that, and then maybe if you're allowed to, or however it works out, they can come over, maybe you can cook dinner, and then have a little bit more of a personal space with your partner and your parent, and introduce them some more. If you know there's some topics that they might have in common, like if you're bringing your boyfriend over and your boyfriend and your dad love cars, be like, oh, Dad, why don't you tell me that car story with the awesome car you had when you were 16 that you bought with your own money that we could never do today? And just little things like that will definitely build up the relationship between your partner and your parent. And then if they're super comfortable, or you make them super comfortable, like I have, I've kind of forced my boyfriend into a couple family situations that he no longer regrets, but I was a little scared at first. If you're having a big family get-together, like I said, it wouldn't be the first meeting of your boyfriend and your family, because that would be kind of scary. I would kind of hide under a cover. But I think for sure, introducing them to your family, and if you have family approval, it really makes things so much better for you. It just makes you feel more comfortable, and then if you ever have problems, you can always approach a third party and be like, this is what's happening with us right now, like, do you have any advice? Third party advice always works well. So hopefully those have helped you guys. If you have any more, like I said, comment below, and have a great night.